Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the month of July 2016. Happy birthday to you, July-born Leos here. You start off with the Queen of Clubs, which is you. This is Leo. There's even, look, a lions on the card here if it wants to focus, which it doesn't. But this is a good card. It can represent friends and getting together with friends as well. Type of card, if we just look at it as not a person, if we just look at it as, what the energy is. So it's a very friendly card about being very friendly, also about being very charming and kind of using your charm this month to get what you want, basically. Also very, like I said, very social card. So, you could be very social this month, going to a lot of events, going to a lot of social gatherings and things like that. So that's very, very nice. And could be a lot of fun for you. Next, you have the Three of Diamonds. Any of you Leos out there that are involved in anything legal, I would say definitely double check your paperwork. Go back over your paperwork this month. There's really, it's kind of a card that says you have to do it. This card, even under some card reading systems, represents problems with legal paperwork. So I would definitely say go back over your paperwork and things like that for those of you involved in anything legal. And that could be very beneficial as well. Sometimes you go back over it with this card and you find something like, that the other side missed or something that can really greatly benefit you. So definitely do that as well. And I would say even if you're not involved with anything legal, if you're doing anything with contracts, signing contracts or anything like that, you might as well treat this month as a retrograde month and just, go back over it, really, check all the paperwork and really make sure everything is correct. This card can also represent needing to make a choice in a kind of like a financial matter and really not being sure what to do. I always say with the Three of Diamonds, pick what's new. Don't pick what's old and safe, because that's usually what presents itself with the Three of Diamonds. It's always like you get one choice that's like the old, safe thing to do that really gets you nowhere, and you get presented with something new that's different that you've never done before. So pick that side. Next, you have the Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts is an interesting card. This card represents your mother. And it represents listening to your mother and listening to what she has to say. Now, having said that, sometimes this card represents a message coming from your mother, but it could be even through another person. So it could be like something that your mother used to say to you all the time, and somebody else says it to you, or something like that. Could be male or female. Doesn't necessarily have to be a woman. And it could just be one of those things where you're like, oh, my mom used to say that. But that would be advice you'd want to listen to, definitely. And also pay attention to your dreams with this card. And other than that, it's also, it could also be a good love card for a lot of you, love coming in. It's not really, like, specifically a love card, but it can represent somebody coming in for you for love. Next, you have the Tower upright. Very, very scary, right? But actually, to me, the Tower is a very good card. I think a lot of tarot readers make it out to be a lot scarier than it actually is and make it seem like it's this big disaster, which, by the way, the Tower absolutely can represent a disaster, some sort of sudden event in your life that kind of shakes your foundation and scares you in a lot of ways. But to me, I always look at this card and I see the lightning bolt there on the left-hand side of the tower. On the, I guess you're right. I have no clue. My camera might be reversed, but anyway, there's that lightning bolt there, kind of knocking off the top. And to me, that represents a light bulb moment. So a lot of you could have a light bulb moment this month. To me, also the tower, the danger with the tower is when you have that light bulb moment, but you don't take advantage of it. That's when I think bad things can happen with the tower. It's almost like I think sometimes you can see it coming, and maybe you need to act quickly because it is a lightning, but I think you can see something happening. But the other good news is usually the tower is knocking something off of you that is, that is weakness anyway. That is something that you no longer need in any way. So sometimes it has to do that through something scary, but again, I'm not getting that this month. I'm not getting too much of a really negative vibe off this card for you, and usually when I do pull it, it does feel a little bit more, of a challenge, but I'm really not getting that. I'm getting it as more of, like I said, a light bulb moment for you, one of those kind of lightning strikes moments in a lot of ways, but you do have to take advantage of it. Next, you have the Five of Clubs. Interesting because Five of Clubs can sometimes represent some sort of obstacle or some sort of problem like this that is a blessing in disguise, like something that could be difficult, but also later on down the road, you look back and you're like, oh, thank God, that happened, or thank God I didn't get that job, or something always happens. So again, be don't be too upset by anything this month. I would say, like, if you think a job's perfect and you don't get it, I would say that there's probably something much much better coming down the road. So definitely don't be too upset about those things. But other than that, this card can also represent needing to take a vacation, needing to take part in hobbies, and it's also really great for anybody starting a business involving like a hobby or something that you enjoy doing. So you never know how you might be able to turn a hobby into a business, especially with this card. And it's followed up by the Six of Clubs, which represents success. So a lot of you could be seeing success because of it. This card is also a card of intuition. Definitely trust your intuition. To me, Leos can be, nobody ever talks about it, but I personally think that Leos can be very, very intuitive. So definitely trust your intuition. I think you guys Leos are naturally empathic, naturally good at feeling people's feelings and things like that. So trust those feelings this month for sure. This is also a good card for business partnerships, forming a business partnership, and it can even be a love card on some levels, and meeting somebody who you connect maybe with on a more mental, on the mental side of things. But other than that, also a really good card for friends. There's definitely a more social aspect to this month. Finally, you have the Five of Diamonds. Amazing card, really good for starting new projects and starting new things in general. Doesn't even necessarily have to do with money. It could definitely have to do with love, spirituality, anything new that you're starting. This is like a card that says go out there and do it. This is a kind of a get going type of card here, and it represents a good time to start new things. Also really good for any of you involved in sales or selling or exchanging goods or anything like that. Really good energy here. And other than that, even better than that, I would say, is this card can represent a settlement. So any of you involved in anything legal, maybe the first half of the month is just meant, but towards the end of the month, maybe there's a settlement or something like that could occur. And it is a card of surprises, so it usually would be rather surprising. But all in all, looks like a great month. So thank you for watching, and definitely enjoy your July.